In this video, we're going to do a case study on one of your guys' website. I'm going to tell you everything that's working and not working with the website. And we're starting right now. Hey everybody, this is Antoine and welcome to another video. If you're new here and you're looking for practical tips to grow your business, then please make sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a thing. Okay, let's just jump right in. One of you guys, I put a comment in one of the videos I produced recently asking for some help. They did a whole bunch of stuff on their website, but it doesn't seem to be producing the results that they think they should have. So I'm gonna do a screen share with you and we're gonna look at the website and I'm going to give you my comments on what I'm seeing on the website and what I would change. And hopefully you will see things in that website that you should do with yours. So let's go right to my desktop and let's get going. All right, guys, so I got someone that works with this company that sent me this website as an example, and they're saying, we've tried a whole bunch of things, and it doesn't seem to convert a lot of people. So the first thing is the logo is perfectly fine. It's not too big, it's not too small, and it says all seasons roof. That seems to make some sense. And then it says get your quote today. Well, so that is actually a great call to action. The only thing I would tell you is if you put a get your quote today, you need to make sure as a business owner that you will get back to those people today and give them a quote. So that's super important, which actually is great for customer experience to give people an experience of speed. And that's one of the things that people like. So I like that. What I would do there, instead of that line above the call to action and the line below, I would remove those two because I don't believe that they're great in qualifying or enrolling people. But I may add a phone number. And the reason why I may add a phone number is because now you have two ways to convert people. Get a quote today, which obviously is a button, which I assume is going to take me to but the second thing, I may want to pick up the phone and talk to someone right now. So I think that would be important. Now let's look at this section, which is the section here where you have the picture and this text. So you can actually see on my screen that it doesn't take the entire screen, and then I'm seeing something here below, which is before and after. I would make that picture take the entire screen. The problem that we're having here is we're bombarding people with way too much information, right? It's get your conservatory ready for the summer, and then significantly cooler in the summer, dramatically. It's like, so I have to process this, and I'm looking at this picture on the right. It's too much information. What I will say, it's the confusing factor. Like, I don't know what to look at, right? So I'm looking on the left and the right, and so it's that we need to actually streamline it. So what I would do is I would take the picture and I would make the picture to take 100% of the width, and I would take it all the way to the bottom of the front page of what people actually see before they scroll. I would just take those people out. And then what I would do is I would have one big white text. So I would put that picture, I would darken it, and I would put white text. And I actually love the bullets that you have on the left, because they actually are giving me the benefit, because the text or the title of the homepage should be benefit driven, like what I'm going to get. And I love the fact that it says cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter. This is what I want, right? So this needs to be big title across the website. So when I land on it, first of all, I'm seeing what I want, which is this thing. I want to have it remodeled. I want to have it built. I want to have it done. I want to have it fixed, whatever it is. And then the promise, what I'm going to get, it's going to be cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So that would be a great title right then and there. Now you can have a subtitle underneath that big text. By remodeling this outdoor room, this will increase the value of your property. Now I have another benefit. I would take out the words significantly and dramatically. Those are filler words that just add fluff, and they are what we call as marketing speak. They don't mean anything. And then underneath the title and a subtitle, I would have another call to action. Now, because you have get your quote today, and I would add the phone number, I would have a different call to action below. Maybe something about a consultation. Let me put it that way. Now, if you have get your quote today, this is direct. Someone wants a quote. They're ready to buy. They actually want to know how much it's going to cost them. And then you have the phone number for someone they want to call. Now, if you put another call to action below about getting a free consultation, that may appeal to someone that says, I don't want to quote and I don't want to talk to someone, but a free consultation may be something that is appealing to me. So now you have 3 ways to convert someone, telling them this is exactly what you're going to get visually with a picture of a beautiful conservatory in the middle of the screen, and then a nice title, a nice subtitle, and the 3 calls to action. I think just this is going to go a long way by dramatically, look at me, I'm using a filler word now, dramatically improving the conversion on that web page. All right, now I move to the first section right below the home page, what I called above the fold. And I really like this. I think this is really cool feature to have, to kind of like show the before and after. This look like a little bit dated in terms of the look. And then I can put the mouse over and look at this. This is really cool and it's very interactive. So I think this is very smart. And then I noticed that the top of the website, now the logo disappeared. And then there's the get a quote today. But again, you have this text, thousands of this was done, and so again, it's the same thing. Like move that text, take it out. There's just too much information for me to process, and it's confusing. So I like that section very much. It's very fun. Keep it. Now I'm in the 3rd layer of the website, which is this orange part right there. Is your conservatory too cold in winter and too hot in the summer? We're kind of repeating. If you're using that for the top of the page, I wouldn't repeat that part, and I think I would split that instead of being 100% across. I would split it in half, and I would embed a form on the right side so people could fill out a form right then and there on the website to get a quote, for example, and I would put that paragraph much smaller on the left side. What I would do there is I would have what I called an empathy statement. And the empathy statement, and you're not alone. There is an estimated 3 million conservatories in the UK that suffers with these issues. Have an empathy. Like it's talk about the fact that it is a big decision. It is going to be a big investment. It's going to cost people like £5,000, or it's not cheap what you guys are going to do. So you want to talk about the fact that it is a lot of money to invest in that, and have empathy for their doubts and their fears and their concern that, are you going to do a good job for them? They don't want to get ripped off, and they've heard of horror stories of jobs that were done. So to have empathy for them, and I would just say, turn that paragraph to have a lot more empathy for them from where they're coming from. So think in terms of what is it that they're afraid of? What are their concerns in the background, and have empathy for that. And on the right side, put a little form so people can have they can actually fill out that form and then just be in contact with you, because by that time they may be convinced, okay, let me get a quote from these guys. All right, now I'm in this section. So I see what you're doing here, and you're saying thousands of conservatories transform in West Palm Beach. You're a UK company, so it's not true. And by the way, nobody has it there. I don't think that the map is actually helping me. I would take that part out. Now, right below there, you have all the reviews that are listed for the website. The problem with this is that people need to be able to see themselves. So first of all, there's too many of them. I would have 2 or maximum 4 of them. And the thing that you need to have with testimonial is you need to have a picture of the people. What people want to see is they want to see themselves. What do people like me say about this company, right? So it's really important that you not only have a visual of the person, but you also have their name and the city that they're from, and then add the text. So I would say 1, 2, 3, 4. maximum, but that would be a nice display, and that would be much better than that map, and to put it underneath the empathy statement. All right, now you have this section here of the website, and I see a lot of text. Here is the bad news. Nobody is going to read this stuff. People don't read on the internet. They never did, and they never will. They'll read bullets, they'll read check boxes, but they're not going to be reading all this. And it says what we can offer when you are looking to transform your consumer. You are our number one priority at All Seasons Roof. Yeah, build your individual specification. Yeah, of course. Why? I mean, think about it. Like, here's what I do with this. You are our number one priority. Why wouldn't I be? Build to your individual specification. How else are you going to build them? You get a free quote without any obligation to proceed. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Of course, it's going to be a free quote. You're not going to charge me for the quote. And of course, I don't have any obligations to proceed. You get qualified and experienced tradespeople working for you. Well, why? Of course I do. Like, what's the alternative? I'm going to get a couple of morons that are going to go to my house, that don't know what they're doing. So all these statements that people add on their thing is always like, of course it's going to be like that. So that doesn't help me in making a decision, because it's all talking about the stuff that I would expect from someone. Like, I expect you to show up on time. I expect you to do a good job. I expect you to, do all those things. So that's not very helpful in that sense. And you're not the only one doing this on your website. There's a lot of people, but hopefully it's helpful for you. Look at the statements and kind of like think about it in terms like, kind of like this. Of course it would be like that. What else would it be? All right. In any case, I just pointed out that this section really doesn't, it's not going to work for you. But what I would do instead is I would create a section that is called failure to act. So in essence, you want to tell people the impact of not doing the change, not doing the remodel. All right, next section that you have is a FAQ, your questions answer. How much will it cost? What I'm seeing right here, and this is a problem in the FAQ, is you're not answering the question. By the way, I love the idea of the FAQ, that you have all these FAQ, because people that want to invest into remodeling their home, they have a lot of questions. And actually, I think it's great to have it right there on the website answering the questions, but you want to make sure that you're actually answering the questions. The vast majority of people want to know the question of, how much does it cost? That is one of the number one questions that people want to know about things. And I think it's super important that you answer this question as best as you can. You're not fooling anyone, and you're certainly not fooling your competition. Your competition knows approximately how much you charge. So a lot of people are trying to keep that close to their belt. And I would just say, you don't want to say outright, this is exactly how much we charge, but you could say the range, so people have a sense. For example, they may not know. They may not know, is this $2,500? Is this $5,000? Is this $10,000? Is this $20,000? Like, they don't know. So if you give them a range, they'll be like, oh, okay. And they will appreciate your candor, and they will appreciate your honesty. And that will go a long way from converting a lot of people. So be honest. Tell them how much it costs. And some people say, well, it depends. Well, then explain to them how it depends. It depends what? It depends, like, if you have this and that, then explain to people, but give them a complete answer. And now this is the final part of your website, which is the footer. In that, I will say that your footer is actually very incomplete. It just says copyright 2013, 2018, the name of the company. I think it should include more information. It should include another call to action at the bottom. It should include a phone number. It should include social media links. It should include a whole bunch of stuff that will give people more information and can complete that. I just think that there's an opportunity in your footer to actually do 2 or 3 things. You don't want to bombard it with stuff, but I would split it into 3 parts. Maybe the address or the contact information, and then the social media icon, so people can actually connect with you, and that would wrap this footer well. Now, there are a couple of things that are missing from your website, and the one that I would that would say is missing are the awards and certifications that you may have. And they don't have to be super fancy. It doesn't have to be like, I won the Academy Awards of this. It's just various certifications. So what qualifies you to be doing this type of roofing? I know you have to have some type of certification or some type of license, and I would add that information, and I would have, 4 or 5, or sometimes people don't have that, but you could actually put the logo of brands of equipment that you use, or software or tools that you use. It's used as a qualifier. It shows you, your company, as a company that actually use things that I recognize. Sometimes people says, well, I don't have any awards. And I'm like, are you a member of a Chamber of Commerce? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, then say that. I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce in my town. It's actually a qualifier. It shows that you're a company that actually is involved in the community. And then I would say a certification of this, or I have a license of that, or a brand of a product that I use. But put 4 or 5 of those logos. You don't need to have 20, but 4 or 5 of those. Now, another thing that's missing from your website, obviously, is a video. There's a survey that actually was conducted on a website conversion and showed that a video on a web page will increase conversion by 80%. I think that would be really key for you. Having a video that actually identifies the way you do it. It's like, okay, here are the benefits of getting this. Like, don't try to brag about you and making it all about you, but say, here are the benefits of doing the remodel. Here are the failures to act. If you don't act, this is that. This is what's going to happen. And then, complete with a good call to action, and maybe show them a before and after in the video. You could actually show in pictures, but I think a video would go a long way to help you convert some more. Now, another thing that, in my opinion, is missing, it's completely missing, is the team. I cannot see any one of the people that actually are going to do the work. And for me to be investing, I'm going to say probably between $5,000 to $10,000 in that remodel. I'd like to have maybe a picture and a word of the 2 or 3 people in the team, maybe the general manager, or the owner of the company, the main contractor, and one of the key workers, and show me a team of people. So it's kind of like reassuring. It says, oh, I can see who's going to work, for me. And I think for me, it would reassure me that there are qualified and good people that are going to come and do the work on my house. One more section that I'd like to see on your website is a methodology. The methodology is usually a 3-step process. So it's kind of like, okay, step 1, we're going to be doing this. Step 2, we'll do that. And step 3, we'll do the final work. It's kind of like telling people that there is a method to your madness. And it's particularly reassuring when you want to do something in your home or whatever big project like that. Regardless what kind of service you're doing, whether it's a remodel of a home, or whether it's accounting services or coaching services, the fact that you're showing a step 1, a step 2, and a step 3 is a great way to reassure people that you have a method, you have a system, and it's going to, again, it's going to help you in converting more people. All right, so that does it for today. If you have any questions or comments, put them below. I would love to hear from you. And before you leave, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a thing. Ciao.